So I've finished my Dragon Schmutt books.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Sorry, I finished the ones that are out. There's only 3 books. It's a 5-book series, so we have to wait.
Got it.
Probably
for the other
at
ones
least a year.
Finished to be writing.
Whatever they're doing with it.
So where do they stand? Do you love them? You like them?
They're fun and entertaining. If you don't take it seriously, because the author is a romance writer, and so she writes like a romance writer.
Right.
So if you're looking for like highbrow literature, this is not it.
Okay.
If you're just looking for fun, well, this is fun.
You'll enjoy it.
It's a good time. But now I'm on to something I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to. It's called Hollow Kingdom, and it's I don't know how it is, but I've heard it's really good. But it's a zombie apocalypse story told from the eyes of a crow's perspective named Shit Turd.
That's original. A crow named Shit Turd.
Crow named Shit
and
Turd.
seeing the zombie apocalypse through the crow's eyes.
Yes.
Wow.
I said, that's fucking amazing.
That's pretty amazing.
I cannot wait.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never forget.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reacts. I'm Corbin.
I'm Shit Turd.
If you could follow us on Instagram, Twitter, it's obviously comedy. Obviously.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more juicy content. Thank you.
Something wasn't.
Follow search kind of like button.
Grab it, Sabbath.
Shit Turd. Love it.
I got a fever.
No, your prescription.
It's more cowbell.
Today we got a...
The Foo Fighters.
this is a...
You know the story about that?
Mm-hmm. This is a video.
Really? I'm so surprised.
It's from a channel called Mark Harrison, but this is a vlog of his. It's called I Can't Believe This Is India.
I can't believe it's not butter.
But I think he's in specifically South Kerala. So I'm sure he's going to be blown away by how gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
But
so your perception of India might be a little bit like this.
No. Thank you, though.
Well, let me tell you, in the south, there's a place called Kerala, and it is stunningly beautiful. No one around, peaceful and calm. Check this place out.
No one around?
No one around? I think that's not true.
India you've seen before. No crowds, no
I don't think he's
chaos,
talking specifically
just
about
lush landscapes, quiet streets, and a rhythm that moves slower. In this video, I'm going to show you a side of India you've never seen before.
Well,
A
prove
clean,
it.
Probably
quiet,
other people.
and beautiful one. Let's dive
We know
in.
So
everything.
here we are in Kochi.
We've seen every
Kerala,
nook and
India.
cranny.
I feel like Ron
And
Swanson.
this place
I know more than
has
you.
significant history when it comes to colonization.
Yeah!
Portuguese came in 1500.
Oh, sorry, not supposed to cheer for
Dutch
that.
came in 1660, and then finally the British in 1818 or something like that. And then in 1947, India gained independence. But this is a cool industrial, commercial hub
Somebody's sweeping.
where lots of business went down. And you can see the old pieces of architecture from those times. Really cool place to begin our Kerala trip and just wander around this area before we head out to other areas. So
I think when he filmed
let's
the
check it
intro,
out.
he
Our
had been
journey
taught the
begins in
different
Kochi,
pronunciation.
where history is
Like we
evident
have
on every
anything to
corner.
talk about.
First, we stepped into
I've never said anything wrong.
an area that's
Jewtown?
seen centuries of stories
That's where you should go.
unfold. You'll notice it's unlike any other bustling parts of India. The
It
streets
is.
are
It's
calm,
Jewtown.
almost timeless. It has an old synagogue standing as a testament to Kerala's diverse past. I loved that every tile on the floor was individually hand-painted. As for other religions, Islam and Christianity, of course along with Hinduism, blend harmoniously together. Truly a lesson for the rest of the world. And now our journey through Kochi brings us to the most iconic,
Wow.
the Chinese fishing nets, which have been in use for over 600 years. They were
That's
introduced
cool.
by Chinese traders under the rule of Kublai Khan.
Chinese net
Yeah.
and Portuguese technology.
technology. Counterbalancing 1000 kilogram. 700 is old.
That's
Every
amazing.
5 minutes up and down.
Operated by local fishermen, the nets dip into the Arabian Sea in a slow rhythmic motion. It's hard to believe that these things have been around for over 600 years.
That's amazing.
Even
It's
though
like
they're
your mom.
catching less fish than they used to, it's still very cool to see it still in use today.
Oh, we got fish.
That big of a net garnered
What kind of fish?
that amount of fish.
Oh, this is looking good.
Global warming, baby.
Chinese fishing nets, Portuguese contraption. On to the next location. That was amazing.
Our journey now takes us out of Kochi and onto Munnar.
Took your mom
but
out
not
of my
before
Kochi.
stopping for our first Indian meal.
We got some veg biryani and a big dosa for lunch. Let's go.
Why are you drinking Pepsi and not thumbs up?
My top 3, easily. My very first meal here in India. We stopped at a very local spot. Veg biryani, $1. This dosa for like 90 cents, plain dosa. And let me tell you, it's so good. We came here like we're not hungry. And now we keep eating.
Rich with herbs and spices,
Herbs.
simple
Yep.
and delicious.
Who's Herb?
All right, we're back on the road. Off
There's
to
2 or
Munnar.
3 guys named
As we
Herb
ascend in
who roll
altitude,
around in the food
the
at
air
that
becomes
place.
cooler, the sky a bit bluer. It's
herb
the land
flavored.
transforms into a lush green sea of tea
They're
plantations.
cousins of Alfredo.
Oh, wow. Jeeping.
Well, that was an unexpected river crossing to say the least, along with these monkeys on the side of the road. And just like that, we have officially arrived to the hills of Munnar. We're stepping into a place with fascinating history. The tea plantations here were first established 200 years ago by the British, transforming what was once a dense forest into sprawling landscape of neatly terraced fields. Today, Munnar is not only famous for its stunning views, but also for being one of the largest tea growing regions in all of India.
So pretty.
The workers here, mostly from local communities, have been tending to these plantations for generations now. The rhythm of life here moves slowly, much like the tea production itself, which takes time, care, and attention to detail. Which now brings us to one of the oldest tea factories in Munnar.
Made it to the tea factory. Time to tasting. Let's go.
I get a first-hand look at the entire process.
It smells so good.
This process hasn't changed much over the years, and there's something incredibly satisfying
Can you jump in
about
that?
seeing this time-honored tradition take place.
God damn.
I even got a chance to jump on one of the machines, see what it's like to load them up and pack the roller to get this process done.
like a-
And there we have the second step complete. The leaves are rolled.
Those tea rollers were hilarious. It's like doing a little salsa dance in a tea roller. Wow, it's hot in here. There's the dryers behind.
And here the tea is finally dried and then separated using static before hitting the
You
bag.
drink tea?
I got to see some
Did I-
small
Chai.
leaf as
You
well
drink
as some
tea?
long loose leaf. bag
Chai
ready
is
to
I'm
go.
aware. I'm saying,
funny,
other
it's,
than
uh,
that.
The name of the company is
Rarely.
Malaya.
I drink chai every afternoon, but any other kinds of tea?
Initially started it.
Indrani drinks a lot of different kinds of tea, especially at night. And I'll have sips of hers, whether it's
Malayalam,
peppermint or
official language of Kerala, Malayalam.
whatever.
And of course, no
Malayalam.
visit to Munnar would be complete without a tea tasting. Sipping on freshly brewed tea made from the leaves that we just saw is quite a moment of appreciation for all of the hard work that goes into creating this tea.
Well, I wasn't gonna get a bag of tea, but for that price, come on now, 2 bags. My parents are British, so I gotta bring them back some tea. Least I could do. There's a lot of effort goes into selling these bags for 200 rupees. Wow.
At $2.30 a bag, I'm paying at least 5 to 10 times that back in Canada. As the day
Be
is winding
15 to
down,
20
we
bucks
make our way
for
to
a bag that size.
Anakulam to go see some wild elephants. And along the way, we even saw this
Yes.
pretty cool
That's where I want to
waterfall.
go.
We made it down here to Anakulam, and there's a bunch of wild elephants in this pond.
Here, the elephants roam freely in the wild, and it's not uncommon to see
That's
them
cool.
in their natural habitat, grazing or playing in the field. The sight of these gentle giants with their slow, deliberate movements perfectly matches the relaxed pace of life in Kerala. So the sun now is beginning to dip low over the mountains, and we're watching the elephants move throughout the landscape.
Baby.
Just look at how cute this baby elephant is. It couldn't have been born more than a month ago. So nice to see this area still
Little
connected
baby.
to nature.
That wraps up one epic day here in Munnar. Now tomorrow we're gonna jump on a plane very early and fly up to Kannur. So see you in the morning, bright and early for a flight.
Today, we fly north to Kannur. What I didn't expect was
Kannur.
the flight to be this beautiful. Take a look at the mountains we were able to witness while we were flying
Middle
only
Earth.
1 hour away. What's in Kannur, you might ask? Well, it's something I've been wanting to see for years. Theyyam. Theyyam isn't just a festival. It's a sacred act of devotion that has been practiced for over 1,000 years, and it holds deep spiritual significance for the people of Kerala. The Theyyam is performed in honor of local deities and ancestral spirits, and it is considered a form of divine communication. It is believed through this immersive experience, dancers transform into gods through their elaborate costumes, face paint, and powerful movement. The performers are not just people in costumes. They are believed to become the very embodiment of the deity they represent. channeling the divine through their every movement. It's a living tradition that involves the entire community. The audience is just as much a part of the ritual as the dancers themselves, with offerings, prayers, and songs all woven into the fabric of the ceremony. Unlike other performances I've seen throughout the world, this one is way different. You're watching real, raw beliefs and emotions, not a show for tourists, but for locals. When you're there, you're not just an observer, you're part of something much larger, something that transcends time.
That is a crazy fam experience. Woke up at 3:45 to get the morning session and went well into the afternoon. That goes on for 5 days.
Wow.
And pretty crazy just the spiritual meaning of it all when they believe that, or in the Hindu religion believes that the God comes into the human form. So divine into human, and then they get to bless the people and put on a performance. And so cool to see how devout everyone is.
So as we near the end of this Kerala journey, I make a final stop at the Bikal Fort, a place where history meets natural beauty. The fort stands proudly overlooking the Arabian Sea, a symbol of Kerala's strength and timeless charm.
America.
It's a perfect place to pause and reflect on everything we've experienced. And what
Was
I've
Bombay
concluded
filmed
is
there?
Kerala isn't like the rest of India. It's quieter, more peaceful, and undeniably beautiful. From the streets of Kochi to the serene tea fields of Munnar and the spiritual depths of Kannur, Kerala is a
That's
reminder
gorgeous.
that beauty often thrives in simplicity. And this journey will stay with me for a long time after it's over. Thank you for joining me on this journey through
wanna
Kerala.
go.
I hope you will consider adding it to
Oh, look at
the
that.
best place to start for any India trip.
No, it's New Delhi for the South Indian food.
Yep.
I think everybody knows that.
Of course. And the best Bengali food you're ever going to find? Chennai.
Probably.
That's where it goes. We're kidding.
I think people in Kerala would be shocked to hear that there's not a lot of people there.
Yeah. Not a lot of people in India, period. Anyway, square footage, the amount of people, it's not that big a deal.
Obviously, where he went.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, and when you do compare it, obviously, to
Yeah.
the bustling, to the cities, when you got Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Calcutta, it's a total different animal. But it's not the only place in India that's like that. That's dramatically different than other places.
But it is the only place in India that is God's own country.
Yeah, it's true.
God was like, this.
And that's the other thing.
Nobody else.
There's a differentiation with Americans, obviously, than Indians in terms of referring to where you're from. And Indrani recognized, as do most Indians, is that Americans don't refer to America as the motherland. Because it isn't.
If somebody referred to as motherland, I would know who they voted for.
Yeah, because it isn't.
Unless they're Native American.
Yeah, there are places where you can, that's India's about as old as it gets.
Granted, we are a very young, in terms of America, that the English colonized country.
We are the youngest, aren't we?
I don't know if we are specifically the youngest, but we are very young.
We're really young.
Obviously, there were people here way before we were. We kind of did some bad things to them, like kill them. And so that's not the entire history of our country. We kind of wiped out entire history of our continent, or at least this part of the continent over here. But I think that's one of the reasons. And all the people in India have been there, even though they've been colonized so many times. The history, parts of the history at least, are intact.
Yeah, it's one of the first things Indrani said to me when she got here. I was showing her the older parts of LA, and she was laughing. Because it's true. Because America's not just young. The western part is the youngest.
Yeah.
And she said, my city's older than your country.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Well,
Yeah, Calcutta is older than America.
No, that's not true. You guys just got independence in 1947.
Oh, that
Do you know
is
how
true.
young you guys are?
You guys are very, very young.
young-
You have a lot to learn from us.
India is just a young
We'll
whippersnapper.
teach you about history.
Just a young whippersnapper. That's all you are.
Yep.
You and Pakistan. You weren't around before 1947.
You guys, Egypt, China, you got to learn from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been around the block.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Never done anything bad. Don't look that up, though.
America's never done anything bad.
Everything is in the name of goddamn freedom, okay?
And we've stopped colonizing. We have never taken over a country.
Nope.
Always been defensive. Never been offensive.
Never overthrown a government.
No, never overthrown a government.
Nope.
Publicly.
Anyways, that was obviously great.
Lovely.
Beautiful. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous state.
India's beautiful, man.
Let us know what other videos we can react to. And anything else you need to know down below.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never fall.